transfers no more now. Yeah.
Me the matches in the best fra.
Okay.
Obviously we say question.
FIFA so the corner hole. So do they go Infantino in go for. Okay.
So Messi so akoye interview after the first game.
Okay. Tintin the huns communi na beba.
Obviously we say some character percent midfield na say.
Yes.
Now you know Vini aba and an opaya no ne Bernardo Silva na arrival here over the babas. And so many video no Eddie Amaya after all these issues. Of course, the Vinicius Junior is back to Real Madrid. You know, we have Vini car.
Okay.
Vini car or the Alande over the Barcelona. Vini arrival as Abria or medicals. Spain.
Okay.
After all the holidays, no Kudiano. Vinicius Junior is back. And on my Bernardo Silva and so first day or Real Madrid Bernardo Silva so Etimia Babelland. So 2 players almost sure many no. Bernardo Silva and so Eka and Asejo. And also Eba and so
wow.
Yeah, sure say women a team by team car.
A team car, I'm sure.
Mostly. So Oba no more babe fawa. Na e haya no de na be fa. Yeah, they be great.
So I will also about company. Can also be drew camp. Na person compare Europe near.
Na you know we say na yanyade. We ni yanyade.
So player back camp.
No, so far as you are dealing with social media, these things are important. Because you get numbers. You know, over Kerm the website no money now over 1 million views. A discovered club name.
Okay.
And imagine say Kotakwasani player from Accra Oba. Na Omako Airport, Omo the van Akwakusi Airport. Come ready actually. Omo twa.
VIP bus station.
The Kotakwasani players so where your old players or one back camp?
Bernardo Silva.
Okay, me come Vinny Junior.
I'm only giving a new players now make.
New players now.
Yes. Vinny the Canno use na Madrid na dem yet the Madrid player be every season.
Okay.
Into ono one car. But Van we the mostly Sawasha players even in England players never be draw Van we be no the foul.
Okay.
Into maybe not necessarily Benz. But I'm giving a scenario say general. So far as we are dealing with social media, the numbers over there and to discover. So imagine Kotakwasani player from Accra. Wa for flight ababidu. You know anyom nyina for VIP.
Okay.
Anyom nyina because me kai say Emmanuel Entwi oba Kotoko no. Ni interview a ye na ye born wa ha no. No airport na no.
Okay.
Nti me fancy Emmanuel Entwi ababidu Kumasi airport. Kotoko e van o makwa akutwa na camera di akire. Omo dinachi sa de na ba other secretariat or adakujache. And I'm saying that Sani man so
the clubs in between.
Yes, you know what they say ade na ye den. Because and also the numbers about social media, some numbers and also to me discover clubs.
Sure, that's true.
That's
true because mining clubs, and I see you sign big Wagana. Between us, you know my. I had to focus on Tico David Branton partnership manager. He's doing a good job since I
oh yeah,
yes,
graphics.
Massive improvement. In TMZ, he's taking note of all these. Yeah, Dave.
Say these big men can donate one nice car. And then
sure. So I hope the clubs beat me a facade win. I'm also player be a man for here anymore and a big signing be a with my yes and my way. Social media in a baby page.
Some of these things you can stage it.
Yes.
Baby, you free banner to me. All but training ground space they can put him in a car. Yeah. The social media guys can capture it. Yeah. And then arrival of player X.
And so very nice.
All those things could be a good content.
And then we can easily copy them.
Yes. Because
copy from them,
mostly the players in the crowd apart from Benjamin Sesko all about the airport videos by no. And I say be almost for flight now. Now we see agent in the pictures about Instagram. Then for the story. Most of players no more pick you from a different area, just like there's a Franco Cas. Be great airport run about no Marco player. Now more the chase are from airport run about to Adakuja and you know a bit me I take him po. I see a no more far player with a very nice van straight to Adakuja. And I'm saying that and also a way and also draw fans are beer omunya TV be omunya radio but omunso baby omunso do on my grown your social media no a way of bringing money to the club. They are going forward. I think say clubs beat me and also that's add a certain level of impetus and spice to your game. No game no AFA. So Bernardo Silva and so Alandi over Babasa or also Ekwa Koye ni medicals and so Madrid for no say this week and Omoni Vinicius Junior Ebeshia and Candy Kamba say Rock Nation Omore Bako Yokman Eko Hitru Akwakushia Arsenal for but it's yet to be confirmed. But Sisia they won't say Vinny is back in town and also Jenny Bedicas no ahead of the preseason now. Omonsu everything room no Madrid ebo game against Fiorentina and the say omumienu we are probably they will join Jose Mourinho team na ma bibia timi akosi Arsenal for the omgusu atete general almost say 150 million pounds and that will be around 170 million euros and almost say Omubiti media kofa Vinicius Junior and then Cranny Chim say Mikel Arteta get in contact with Vinny on the casa straight away. Amane aware said the project and everything will be centered around him.
150 million
pounds.
Normally at two woman.
Yes.
Wow.
Miss Kenny Shama media.
Isama.
Yeah. Isha.
Also we play key role.
But with 1 year left in Vinny's contract, say Vinny and renew na Madrid they sure their own renewal. They can take the one.
Oh, they will take it.
Yeah.
They will take it.
Because I 1 year and I want a contract.
Yeah, they will take it.
I'm thinking a lot will depend on Vinny. If Vinny tells Madrid, I want to leave, emphatically, I'm not renewing, and Arsenal is ready, then Madrid will consider the offer.
Oh, yes, it's a big money. It's a good money as well. And that is the situation of Vinicius Junior. Bernardo Silva, we are only hoping say Obeba join team and everything will be set. No, so I share the Rua Jose Mourinho Edenebebo because Rua no be any say Jose Edenebebo no. E ho no almost say omokofa diamandi Adenaba. So it looks as if the right side after 100 million euros signing the Genoa, I don't think Jose Mourinho will bench him. So the right side is occupied. But let's see if Bernardo Silva and so be compete in midfield where I'm a Bibian so etimi akoso ya. Now still in Spain, Juan Garcia a goalkeeper the FC Barcelona. Now no the about to just say Barcelona and signing player be okay with the squad. Do you know? Barcelona and signing player be okay with the squad so far as the Spanish La Liga are concerned. But in the Champions League, anything can happen in football. Everything is possible. But in the Champions League, Barcelona needs addition, especially our attack. Atletico Madrid for already almost stands here clear on Julian Alvarez. Yeah. It is England or France. And I say the release clause. Na for player neko. Barcelona already say 100 million euros no we and no better up.
Yeah.
That is their budget. And only the Barcelona so eguswa
Alvarez so no the pressure
ABC. Yes.
Yes, Atletico Madrid.
Yes, but you know Alvarez or the pressure say Atletico Madrid. The contract and say aka 1 year and then 2 years in the contract this so. Inti the West are umbetimi aya and say Barcelona this can be back down and they will not take less than 120 million euros because you know what the transfer request could add 2 more. And non say easily omubeja manako. But I'm saying that say Barcelona enya Julian Alvarez anymore. The team will be complete. Say Joe, Barca be team the Ferran Torres mo any adeye mimo Rafinha mo any labi yama ma bola liga ne perfect aje. But in the Champions League you need a personality up front. It is not an issue of Ferran Torres akoshi go World Cup final. In the Champions League na a mere formality no. Champions League in general the competition, the numbers, the quality will be presented, and the level of competition now woman how amount for pumpers get into the accounts. No, you need players up front. Omubetimi, Abuama Bibietimi Akoye, Okobo Daniel Omo at force 9, Okobo Femi Lopez at force 9, Okobo Ferran Torres at force 9 in the Champions League. You know, it drew where it matters most now and work it. Inti Barca saw it the last time they played Atletico Madrid. Ferran Torres muye bia Barca Tamala Lewandowski enya fit no ntia mo FC Barcelona. Even when he was fit and he was scoring every day, it was too tough for Barcelona to win it. Even the days of Suarez, after the 2015 Omje or Beleno, Suarez was playing very well. But still Barca intimianye. Inti team don't share in terms of defense. Omoka so de Laporte ba Laporte deal won't take one sim. It seemed they are okay with Gerard Martin and Kubasi. Midfield, because of Sika, Frankie Dion, Money Pedro, they are not ready to go in for other midfielders. Because let me believe, say, a different profile in midfield, a bit offer more balance for Barcelona. But they still want, so good.
Between 8 and 10 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. Cancelo is a very good player. The experience counterpart, wabo for Juventus, wabo Man City, wabo Bayern Munich, and last season time of Johnny team, I did so much to the Barcelona setup in terms of attacking play. Ultimate for defense and Koshe Kubas and Gerard Martin and Sa. Now on San Fa Leandro Badi Mekahon. So the Kwako Champions League Kwakoje. You need experience and quality. And the Drew Baby so your personality. The opponent will be put you in a fear factor in the opponent. And for me, and only idea y'all can say Lo Edeba. He's a good addition to the Barcelona team. Okay. And last season Oba, the Obabe will be who says he's a good player. Only when he's fitter, Oba added so much to the Barcelona team. Now, Ekoba said Rafael Leo Eko Turkey. AC Milan for catch the Fenerbahce for say omonfa buy back clause in shame. BBSC omo abitin asanko for band yaba omonye ready. Do you know Amaka Liao and how me so surprised say obi ignore no e the markets. Maka hawa enka George Mendes player obi the player mana omre but the situation is quite different from any other player. Nisi kanso a oji sika kese sojo. Oje 123,000 euros a week. And TSK wofen pa. Team to be brave betimi atua. The chain say, so you ready so be offer 200,000 euros crowd or budget. Because in the AC Milan team, me who say Christopher Nkuku na Jessica Kese and I'm say wow. Nkuku na born class do onya bi mo na Jessica Kese e wo team 175,000 euros a week. And only sika over in the Premier Man you one and Chelsea mo no mo a yem for mo nya hwe na gigi say sika no nti getting this player offer something different going forward so far as your attacking play is concerned. But the Turkey for the crown produce said you need so much trust in him and they are not ready to pay more for Rafael Leo nti encreba no chima Fenerbahce for no ready deal AC Milan for no omokono they are not interested. It is a brand and one careful agenda upon in some see any cry AC Milan fans no who no against Lazio a bonus based on performance no he's likely to stay in San Siro and probably still play for a team your friend AC Milan and so elho Mark Carrick midfield and say any BCI. Now, do you know, Obi nya chance a share a Manchester United versus Atletico Madrid no. Obenya a change a said you know see June Edema Manchester United midfield and all. Initially, my cancer share the competition at Manchester United room said your own team is a corner. Me believe we say midfield no Yuli Telemann good player, experience wise super. Bruno Fernandes in here any identity. Messi Mount has been on and off, and you are not too sure. So, bet me a more number of games every season. Kobe Manu became the game changer in the second half of the season. Andre Santos ever experienced in the Premier League, but now still I believe we say General and Komunya Obi a share 6 who are personality and kind to work. But after watching the game against ATM, though and no quite enough to conclude. But the performance Andre Santos at the Manchester United, no, I'm not too sure. So I'm call for any other holding midfielder. Maybe a different profile. Or the Beba. Because clearly, Michael Carrick want to build a new Michael Carrick, the heart of the Manchester United midfield. And only a Jimo free Tottenham Hotspur by or Baba here until he want Andre Santos to play that particular role very well. So the midfield, it's likely to be Andre Santos, Kobe Menu and Bruno Fernandes. So Andre Santos will be the tip of the vectors until the pivot just in front of the back line. Now the other banner are your friend direct pass or the push pass. Andre Santos is not a midfielder. So you Obama those easy optional passes no me the ama de me dia ko nchemu the passes nyina mpempi no economy and on the crowd ball. So the first phase of the build up on started the first phase of the build up. Into any time he's alone. anytime Manchester on started the phase of the ball, he's on the ball. Until anytime be a United they build the beer from it, you know. Any power Beshia Jebon no the Kokoma midfielders near Andre Santos. And why in the range of passing now? The passing in the easy option now. The passing here push passing quasi you want there be any passes in the coin direct passes now ball. On Yamidia Conche Munche get space. No. Always on make sure the passes in the corner. Until that is the role Mark Carrick Edemano. Stay in front of the back line. He brings so much stability and proper control in midfield. So Michael Carrick is building a different Michael Carrick in front of the Manchester United backline. Ni rule na bonano and no have been or the Ama Andre Santos but in the course of the game. So what could be manu as a Joe or mummy bit me interchanging in terms of rules because our rule now so Manchester United ain't defending us or more attack here. Kobe Manu will offer the same attributes on the field of play. Into one, Andre Santos is going to be the first phase of the build-up, and Kobe Manu will be the second phase in terms of control and progressive passes. Now Bruno Fernandes are here, visionary, connective, and making sure so link the final third passes, and we know Bruno for his accuracy and how we still link up the attackers in terms of play. In the 3 midfield, but in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Sana game no etie. The be album say Andre Santos is just in front. Kobmanu support no. Na Bruno Fernandes diaba. But in some games, Yuri Telemann can play the position of Kobe Manu, and probably Kobe Manu can also play the position of Andre Santos in terms of play. In the combination here 4-2-3-1, but you know the game and how the players will perform in minutes a coach in the bomb, they be determine the 3 players are best starting in midfield. For now, dear, Sani betimiaka because you name say Manchester United the other players beba in midfielder and also betimia change in terms of the style, in terms of the approach and how Messi set up. Andre Santos is the first phase of the build-up in the Manchester United team. You know who free wa?
And Kauba Arsenal, Mamia. If we say may read this side way was Sky Sports Premier League. The boy trade and Nama Kutun say I wouldn't swap that pair for any of the others unquote. Coach, I wouldn't swap that pair for any of the others unquote. Or say the boy trade believes that if Bruno Guimaraes signs for Arsenal, his partnership with Declan Rice will be the best in the Premier League. If Bruno Guimaraes signs for Arsenal, his partnership with Declan Rice will be the best in the Premier League. I wouldn't swap that pair for any of the others. Also, that's my whole kind of meaning.
So I won't swap that pair for any pair in the Premier League.
Wow.
I won't swap. My favorite pair in the Premier League is Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. But so what you coach is now coach Chelsea na obie nya confidence Enzo when it comes to big games. Into the Enzo performance and course through this season. And man nya numbers ne pa say most of the games he was pushed to play as number 10. Into other regimes come into midfield or Andre Santos comes into midfield. Into where Enzo the confidence Lionel Scaloni nya de mano e Argentina say it is either he played behind Leandro Paredes or almost at the first phase of the build-up. No? Coaches need confidence in Famano. Now, you know, so coaches now. Tamano or Benfica. No? Enzo Fernandez as the first sitting midfielder. No Fiorentino Luis behind him. Into Enzo Lusubona, the next player will bet battle the Amani de Fiorentino Luis. It's now Enzo Mrebe. Now, Osha the national team. Or Paredes, or McAllister, or Rodrigo de Paul. Into Lusubona, or workers and runners, or Bubetimi Ajabon, or Diamano. At least, ni papa konem, you know, on Bayer Jumana de Huatono, into Hono on battle baby in terms of duels. Now, at Chelsea, he left with only Moises Caicedo because Kopama and the next person on support him. To Lusubona, not boss Nina, a coach Chelsea so because only defender within the midfield, Moises Caicedo. And my Chelsea coaches decided say, I'm going to push Enzo Fernandez to advanced area that is a number 10. And man the pen this season as a Kopama you fit. Not a coach I friend Javi Alonso. Stick it to Enzo Moises Caicedo pen was central midfielder. You bet me assessing it very well because under previous managers, a player as a boss to boss as number 8 for me, it didn't work for him as compared to being deployed as number 10 player into a better this season. Now you go to Liverpool. Liverpool, almost paid that the Premier League almost last season and pay Ben America, Ryan Gravenberg, and then you are talking about Alexis McAllister. Almost the Premier League, almost last season and and you know, to have a pair winning the Premier League and they really played and dominated that particular season, pair the performance. I almost show you. Though almost technical attributes are clearly different. Almost na call money, almost na him pass it. McAllister and him go ni shebe baby. Ne who the midfield. But last season anko. Now so come Manchester City. You are not too sure the guy to start for Manchester City in coach Alfredo. Enzo Maresca midfield. No, is Rodri staying? Is Nico Gonzalez tipped to be the next player to Elliot Anderson, Bernardo Silva? So Matthew Kovacic never best support you now. Within the Manchester City team, you know, I think say Babe drew the commencement of the EPL now. Near Behu says Rodri and stayed there. Not just Rodri and Elliot Anderson, Bebo. And the moment Rodri plays with Elliot Anderson, that implies that Elliot Anderson will not play the role or the English national team ni view. Not just come back to the role or Nottingham Forest. That is Ibrahim Sangare as number 6, Elliot Anderson as number 8. But in all, he brings calmness and possessive play in midfield. Into you are not too sure of the pair I will be picking. Now, Manchester United have already discarded the pair. It is Kobe Menu and then Andre Santos. Two huge potentials. I hated the ground running this season, but for me, they declare from West Ham United to Arsenal. Now here Bruno Guimaraes said, you know, and football it is even impossible to beat me crab. Now Zubimendi ba with huge prospect. Or starting by a real Arsenal for no crying here no film. But in terms of personality, in terms of the two players, let me or the Premier League, and in terms of form, Bruno Crack was a penalty at the World Cup. But okay, in terms of assists at the World Cup, he was one of the top guys, time and Brazil exited from the competition, and he really played and played very well. He needs no identity in our Newcastle United midfield. He comes with a lot of leadership, personality, and attributes as a footballer. And Arsenal, to have that Arsenal midfield of two, now Odegaard, with Saka, Martinelli, whoever leads the line, the midfield will be so thick. Okay. And for me, say CAD until who Manchester City, two central people at top of the Bebano. Say my Arsenal team is signing Bruno Gia. For me, I won't swap that pair for any pair in the Premier League. Now no free Brazil nra. Bruno G free Brazil nra. It's likely so Obekwa could do Spain and then now Wakwa or Lamanga Hona Newcastle United for almost so a year or more pre-season. It's likely so Obekwa could be more. And granted, to do our catch them penny for the say, or Peso Kusina kind of Arsenal. And to be on war, money Arsenal will be on no Kusina kind at the moment. He's not ready to be part of the Newcastle United team anymore. On Tietria, Arsenal for only be pushing us on fat transfer request and to, but on ye and Adrian said, or Tietria already. The agent last time, or proposed to only Vinny Jr. so be unsure money in the Arsenal team. Said you that is the latest on Bruno J. or the Arsenal team. Now, Chelsea for pair, goalkeeper a friend Diego Costa. Said Chelsea for pair, goalkeeper a friend Diego Costa for a FC a Porto. You know, on that TV see. Obian him said Chelsea a team as Robert Sanchez. So I transfer in our Masani players power. Or more French any will be our baby money Makoma 12. And Kitwani Akasi. But I cut one area in Ipan say no matter the players are more better. Someone to me and Shehoya still hard and sound fan from this season. And that area is the goalkeeping position. And General Diego Costa for the Portuguese national team and the FC Porto. Or one player, Chelsea forward man for years. And then almost Chelsea for our Roma General. Almost person Mokofa Branty and Eba now Obabeda good. Oh, BBR, said you, oh, BBR. So, person who the passing drills
better than Sanchez?
Was it?
Or better
than Sanchez. Okay. Oh, when the passing drills in the aircon. Now, you know, Sanchez, the one of the competitor there, a bear or more family crowd.
Sanchez, don't give FIFA club.
Oh, no, best goalkeeper.
Best goalkeeper.
How many years now?
Last season.
You know, football a time and seasons.
1 year more.
A time and seasons. And then it's a football.
Yeah, about 4 months after.
Oh, about
And they get the whole Chelsea team in the last season. A name of call from the be affected Sanchez. Me send you Muka Sanchez as I think more than 2 form to do.
Marcel last year will be your best player Chelsea number.
Within the Chelsea.
Inti João Pedro Obunyina call from no one coffee. Inti maybe he could have been the savior of the side.
João Pedro didn't go to the World Cup.
Yes. Inti Sarango. Robert Sanchez.
Be at Chelsea level.
But what I'm saying is that the entire team didn't play well.
Yeah.
But the fact that Obinya best player or Chelsea, no, issue of because whoever thought say Kupama be declined to the extent say England, a pet 26 on count. João Pedro, Brazil almost strikers here wine.
Yeah.
And one copy. Into the entire team Nina and Nkui. Sometimes I saw the Nipani year when the season was also going well. Maybe who say
Sarango is not catch home to play.
oh, better player.
You pay your
I'm only
your
saying
premise
that,
there.
but I'm only saying that.
But Drew baby a
Sanchez.
Sanchez, Drew baby now Odrin who I want to say. So just say Henry the nom to me na call up.
Yes.
Na João Pedro.
Enya
Call up. The Drew baby a
Henry Den Okoye.
Coach's favorite.
Yes.
And your performance.
Yeah.
A coach's
Look at them match me a new chance.
Brazil in Norway. Nyana one them on
Henry Carlo Ancelotti na kofa ne ba
Goodness.
Real Madrid.
Well, no to me na call up come Brazil.
A coach's favorite.
I agree. Sometimes the coach. Oh, say on say Carlo Ancelotti na kofa no ne ba Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And oba as who feeling. And you didn't call loan and na kofa kakra. Into your best sacrifice no. Because you are the saying for striker yeah.
Igor Thiago.
Onya dance in João Pedro. Forget about the numbers. The eye test wouldn't show say Igor Thiago.
That's true.
Is a better striker.
But Ranko, Chelsea, Sanchez keepers no more Premier League, you know, among the top teams or a better chance why.
Wow.
So you look at it from the other side too. You want to compete at the highest level. Chelsea want to play in the Champions League. Or man qualify for the Champions League. They want to be part of the Champions League and Obia improving the team. I agree with you. Sanchez and Sansa.
Yeah.
But you talk about Alisson,
Yeah.
Donnarumma, David Raya.
Yeah.
So what? Even most more boy I'm confident by way. Kessben obey the man. Until at least, you know, and we've seen teams. So Champions League, Madrid they struggle now. Almost how we saw Arsenal in the Champions League and in the Premier League as well.
Anyway, Diego Costa is an upgrade, but I mean, who is only Sanchez?
You are not far from right. And yet Donnarumma Sanchez, and then Courtois Sanchez, and then Alisson Sanchez. But maybe on Usunya the platform, probably he will show say on Usuninda. Into me who is a platform no nyae. Means me who is a platform because all this while he's been super for the Portuguese national team as well. Into me who is on also platform no nyae. And the experience is not in doubt. And he said, "Yo, Sanchez there." Maybe on unya goalkeepers and also the competition baba I'm on also team I don't know because my better net you know Petrovic no money the no more Jorgensen money the no more until you bring those players now I am in Pimpi and my goalkeepers in your holiday. So let's see how Sakam teaching a bar players no be a better no. You only need the coach to manage it and manage it very, very well because I hope say it will work for Chelsea. Maybe your coach I'll go in for Diego Costa so I'm a part of the team.
Okay.
Oh,
Kerm count. No, what about this boy, Valentin Bako also from Strasbourg? Who is your sister club? 40 million pounds.
Just a Carling Cup on Africa. So don't go for any brace and month for this so much to their team. I would say, Valentino almost on by was
40 million.
You know, this is getting with you. Brighton player no Argentina ni afi no boss season akra so an call Dortmund. Nti Sergio akoye oda so enye wonya ade ana oya de o. Baby a Premier League na ekọ no am say we na ba. Baby ankrofo players ankrofo toto no he ana.
Nana bambuo yin.
Oh David me cast me mu abebu Sergio. Atema make can say amamfo add so much quality to their team. Nti won say quick mokofa Rogers. Wakoma to wo yem. Because Rogers is an established player in the Premier League. Sure. The last 2 seasons, he walked straight into Chelsea. Oba no you are okay. We mo no your potential sir. Say you say baby beda ho a e na oba bishim. Those are not the players to lift the performance of Chelsea because already the stars are there. I think maybe you want to sacrifice some of the players, and sometimes if you are players me balance it books because mother the jai Gonzalo Garcia man or Makofa different player from Liberty Dinner Bano. Who difference be a bia. It said the moment Maxson call Aston Villa. Nam Kofa had to buy, and what is the difference? Yeah. Sometimes they want to balance the books. Maybe I'm not saying he's a bad player, but say you Chelsea team na nkasa say what tenase. Na you know how do we shema. Say Robert Sanchez them, Ray James able to. Palestra no more pushing. Palestra is the best defender in the Serie A. More than a call leg back. Yeah. Now say but Lacroix, any Levi Cowell. Now bo Casedo, Enzo Fernandez, Kopama, Rogers, Estevao, João Pedro. Ehe na kwan debut. Latvia mubeko bench, Sugo mubeko bench. Dela mubeko bench. But you know, Dela play ano yantini later you just all better now.
Mudri Grace your more Hong Kong. Wakala Mudri your more Hong Kong. We no
entry. We no. Yeah. Mudri.
You know, then you go bench. And there's over Ubu.
That be say him no much my. Mudri ka on the form crowd.
Maybe an redemption.
Few crowd that.
Maybe an redemption.
Ah well.
Oh, what give up?
No, no players nina say him no. Be a him ni there. Valentin Bakwe they say no be a him no. So that's it from Strasbourg.
Yes.
But Wabo Ayipen Brighton. He played in Brighton and had some 6 Premier League games before moving to and at least the fact that he was part of the Argentine team, a catcher was all class general. So he part of Argentina World Cup squad. So at least it means there was some level. And also a utility player. He can play as left back, also play in midfield. Kukuyela continue never beshenana.
You know, one transfer.
Chelsea isn't serious. Diego Costa is only an upgrade of Sanchez, but nowhere closer to Unai Simon. Why wouldn't they go for Unai Simon instead if they want to compete this season? Kuka.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
Unai Simon.
The first one better saying Sanchez and just no.
Who do Unai Simon? But at least what do be a Obemben? It's our top goalkeepers in the Premier League now. Because Man City had Donnarumma, Liverpool has Alisson Becker.
Zarango, we are talking about Unai because he won the World Cup.
Oh, but
before the World Cup, how many people accept Unai Simon is a better goal? They of course don't go down before the World Cup. How many people
the argument was that
Coca said Chelsea is serious. If they are serious, they will go for Unai Simon. And I'm saying that is it because how many balls?
So are you saying that Unai Simon is not better than Diego Costa?
Sarango, Diego Costa would him down. With this goalkeeper, maybe or him keeper, Unai Simon I like him. But World Cup, if it is the World Cup alone, how many balls pan you know?
But this guy has been there winning titles.
No, I'm not saying
the UEFA Championship, winning the Nations League.
I'm not disputing his quality for the national team.
Spain national team, no clean sheets are Hodo Omaya. He's been the goalkeeper over there.
I agree.
Well
but
exposed.
That is pure statistics. But I'm saying that Spain team no more born from the defensive side. How many times a ball corners? You know, so if you look at it from trophy side, Savranko in all this before the World Cup, the same people were saying that they should use David Raya ahead of him.
Of course.
But
I even thought that the Barcelona goalkeeper Garcia was a better goalkeeper.
So what you know, I mean, cars or yeah. But say share statistics no any BBR. My real eye test and also. And with the defensive side saying on the performance. And Diego Costa, he had been a huge admirer for Chelsea in the last 5 years. He's a consistent goalkeeper as well.
And real manka, Yemfa Wilson to an ABI China and also what you must say World Cup. Almost signing a World Cup, no. As he used to World Cup, no. A foul more clubs in one. As a clubs, no, players no World Cup performance.
Based on their performance in the World Cup.
God, there are a number of players almost signing a who do I call class one here? We know.
No, did I say?
Your tournament players.
Your tournament players.
Yes. Argentina for.
Yes.
What Argentina for? Who baby at a graphico will be free. You World Cup na no money.
Yeah.
Na e mo na. Baboni. O de he Parades. Parades is free Zenit eba PG. O free PG mumuna oko AS Roma. Any Boca Juniors na Leandro Parades team bo national team. Nti apart from age, would you still go in for Leandro Parades because he was key in the Argentine midfield? She will be the same Rodrigo de Paul. A do World Cup, I be confusion normally now we boy Jumano. Or there should be the same even Cristiano Romero grand presence in the Argentine national team. Oh, so much influence in there as compared to Tottenham Hotspur. In as much as I agree, he's a very good defender. Said you, on one and I said not Tottenham actually, only Mickey Van der Ven. Not Tottenham as a bar or more relegation. Until you look at it from that picture.
I mean, Enzo Fernandez, the performance of Chelsea and the World Cup.
No, you know, Enzo performance. Then I made him first and I say Argentina, Olusubona or McAllister or De Paul or Parades. 3 players. So I Argentina for number 4-4-2. Omobo 4-4-2 diamond, omo diamond wing ganim. Eti omo puchi De Paul ko right. No mo de McAllister ba left. No omo ja Parades. Ene Enzo wumfimfin. So the first phase of the build up is Enzo Fernandez. Olusubo na hwe 3 players na me ball mudi no omo nyina omo dia hodeni ya ne de ne patapa na ebo no ma we ne ball no dia ma no the ball ni bedinu ano what directly play no. So that is the issue. It general I agree say depending on the ope any who play our ope will be replacing no. I don't see any problem so will be ko excel over the World Cup. Nothing more the ball so any now fan with him. I don't see anything wrong with that. But it depends on the all babo any the on any be pre no and also share at the funnel. And that's how you know you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth.
Ah well. You share the Vosina, the Mama Colo phone or Chile.
You know, too much.
Yeah.
The World Cup na ya branch of the Vosina the EU. Now Arturo Merino Benitez. I wanna make an airport na me body. Santiago Airport no. Your friend Arturo Merino Benitez Airport.
Okay.
Now you know as a Alexis Sanchez and as Arturo Vidal na Babidru Airport. Said you. Look at him. You know the reason why
40
a
years.
player shouldn't joke with the World Cup.
Yeah.
Kopama so one World Cup in you. What's one World Cup in you? Kopama heavy.
I didn't.
Na you know I am fananko. Na say you what TBT here. Hey ya o. Hey ya obi the World Cup pepe and now we celebrity. Okoboko lokolo. Celebrity any picture of airport you. And it's 40 years old. Yes.
Before the World Cup no be
Obi edi mu no. Ba head the World Cup di ayama
baby be who
na so. Inti you know
well?
yes. Inti Chile what they were here. Madness in Chile with Bozina's arrival. Inti said you World Cup there never underestimate the exploit of the World Cup.
Yeah.
She Gideon Mensah are changing the team and money quick.
Yeah.
Gideon Mensah more board that's the World Cup.
Sure.
But after that performance, she be a nedru. Now no say Ziboba and Okaso is a Premier League near other United States. Said you World Cup there. One could be a year. So one to me and perform a year because a festival we are say a chinchini bench in a obiati I enjoy.
The Ghana forces are doing a fa Senaya.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, respecting us so much.
Yene Colombia. Upra nana the ultimate and said
so the tea. Or see you. You do a plan now and ordering who don't be see that nine.
Or see you. And by her go no quite fast by. The one na the original hona so a yen she hammer eco file. Said you. Even a jet democratic form on your head. And now a coach bench a jet and a historic as yet. I was stadium say I don't know coach a bench a jet. It is a World Cup there. Mr. Benjamin Asari, I was Boston. Or Chibo Baku Bia, a man about stadium, meaning something on by there. Bo Bia Benjamin Sare Betcheno Biano. There was sense and buffalo. Indeed, that is the World Cup.
And I'm putting a can also who are Obiso who are Obu, and then he said, Biara when any papa Bia Mena Medina day. Beginning come on.
General, Comono. MC major transfer in I think Andy has done a lot. At least Chelsea is it someone signed 9 or no? Why are you 9 players? Maxim Lacroix.
What kind of so be 9 there?
Oh, so
because it be a 1, it be a half, it be a quarter, it be a 1/3. Who can kabuma minimum the
Morgan Rogers. Then I know they were 18-year-old boy. Then Marco Pelestra, Emmanuel Emega, Giovanni Quenda, Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson, Valentine Bassa. If you grab us, have a count. At least one side 12 when you're bad. I didn't want to be super cool.
Okay, can boom there, open your 4, 9. It be a half, be a quarter, be a 1/3.
Where did I play a quarter? I don't pay them who am work a crash at them was pay so much Cody Gakpo.
Yeah.
From Liverpool.
Sure.
Near Bripa, so much Cody Gakpo. I think say say Liverpool make it serious and cashing for Bradley Bakula. And they believe strongly says Liverpool Bakula, then it means that Bakula be walking straight into the left wing of Liverpool. Ebema Cody Gakpo abe more of a surplus to requirement because they think say Reu Gomoha and so you be a omoshe any muse obey juma ediamom. So Diasebi, Roberto Diasebi GD say Cody Gakpo will be the right guy for them. Say Kobasa until let's see how name abeko. General game because we America memo a Chase Stadium. Inter Miami versus Columbus Crew. Game near 2-2. Na the microphone was some Andre Lionel Messi say the movement from Man United to AT my friend no Inter Miami no na microphone here him say that game no obeba be any Enzo Fernandez say after the World Cup okasa Messi ho umuya no or sending a text up till now series of text messages Messi has not responded to Enzo messages, all because of probably the red card Okodi I can't one more match. And Messi wasn't happy. Now we interview na kosona. Minim say give it take a craving match na all kana. Okay. Yeah, this is Messi after the match. Okay.
Como mensaje en el vestuario a la fanaticada y a todo el equipo. Seguir, pero vamos a salir todos unidos. Si somos un equipo en los momentos difíciles.
I think he was speaking Spanish. I say the loss against Spain was really hard for me. I really did let my country down, and it affected me a lot. When I go home, I couldn't sleep for a whole day. I kept thinking about the loss and what I could have done differently. I was in a dark place for days.
Wow.
But my kids and my lovely wife held me. She told me to return to the team early because that would definitely so the okay say what up no Lucy to Spain. First of all, Felice or letting the country down. Into a down or dream so Bisano was a den and go bit my in for their boy mine. Hano say what disappointing the country no. Now for your Tiffy on Timinia Bibia. It do be now I'm saying the yere crab boy if we say what about the whole season? What be fear ye a few soon to me Obana say on Timinia Bibia of you. And Obana won a tico say and your uncle.
Yeah.
Na Uncle Bobo no fisi be no be man okay. And kakra one etikwa odiaba na edu baby na oba no so ye mmobo because look at the ukura come throughout na wenya break and microphone no mo yire no mo chile microphone no mo yire no mo have fun Messi ofi ontimi nye bibia ofi o oba no so na unso oba kase be mentumi nye bibia ofi wa na chese unim de opeso
yes
titi oti na chese mfaso ni so tini onfri wonko na onko bonbo and Messi reported early and he has started playing. I'm sure after some time will be overcoming. But you know, Sanyama, who taking into details, it tells you the mentality of these guys. At age 39, we because went to me a more World Cup and Anka. But Messi and Ronaldo did never get satisfied with anything, and they still don't think so. Age, a hindrance. But I think he did his best in the tournament. He had a bad game in the final game, but I think overall Messi played his part. You know, the major issue is got to do with Mr. Gianni Infantino. I'm saying common in Euro for common. Kaja, the Euro for ne pa ne say, at the end of person or na, or 20% of all FIFA competition, and the private agency no, Emma so. Intika Infantino, a chin free also on your beam. A lot of people expected, say, in Ketwacha, but and ya they say UEFA for no ATS. Now, my background kakra, somewhere in April, and a Jenny Infantino, and they bet two just say, Obeko for the 4th term.
Yeah.
You know, 2016, and voting into power as FIFA president. He was a UEFA for general secretary. And then was serving the first term, the second term, and the third term. No way. I feel we are next year March, 18th March, and we call 77th Congress. FIFA ebekwa to be the new FIFA president. Yeah. Now somewhere April this year, no deba bontin say obepeso obese gine biem no akọ the 4th term. In fact, several countries are sure no say umbeto abanamano. An unconfirmed report had that as many as 200 countries have already pledged their support for Mr. Gianni Infantino. Say, the obey football, no, SSO was hard to us, no, 4th term. But fast forward, after a Nobel Prize award or Dima Ura Yefreno, Donald Trump, and wachi Nikosi a World Cup nim. And someone, if I so be feels a World Cup on send America for year Muniama then they are still na Ura Infantino intimate fan anuntum. There are other extremists to be called Madrium say a quite fast we Russia. A free FIFA football because Omokoto share Ukraine sunti yemu mubino. Bebrejidi ye passe and ne to America koto share Iran so ya decro. People are picking it from several angles. But Mr. Infantino has never made any comment on those things. And Balogo the end by and to be Brigidi say dear FIFA president no or American president Butum. Enti neutrality ni mu say FIFA be no be neutral no aligned to any political divide no they are losing it. And they be bo mwachiri ne nanu ebeto dwa afi de ho nsem bebre. Wales for the Krataba say, Omune Kaye, so almost support Mr. Infantino, Oma withdraw, almost support. They've written to withdraw it. Omuye ya no Munian England for, and so the Krataba say they've also written to withdraw their support. Okay. As we speak, in himself, careful there, almost support on all the membership on block, say they are for Mr. Infantino. UEFA for say move a point ahead and I step ahead say Bibi Ankem for no so sit on or the same ton when young cotton 20% of their competition's rights and crana on Fenijumedian tour. Yeah. No one fan to or Mubeko court. It's quite interesting. Him say France man peninsula to Safre or Infantino Akasa say Okoyo Befa so be FIFA members na boom. No more aye croye no more running football on faso. But en common do baby say UEFA for no maji ejinemu broso. Me can say they are fighting something else beyond the global interest. Okay. Because mo say adena okwa akoye no and more football. So of course so be ya mo be ye den mo be withdraw from FIFA competition also a game. It is ankebi siwa. But they want to go beyond that. Unfortunately for Africa, your voice were never heard because you had to me uncle to a
meeting.
Meeting, and see meeting.
Yes, you could take a decision.
Like
whether say a
beja to man into no. Already na dear uncle could take a decision on it no crano. Papa knows where I want farmer. But trust you me, Africa would have supported it because the amount involved was so huge, and for me, its influence and effect on the African football would have been massive as compared to be effective being Europeans. So until let's see how a name be all
right. And it says Wales near England.
Yes. Officially.
Almost support.
Wow. The number of countries are almost I think along the line they will join it. Say almost support for him as a candidate. Yeah. Because already nobody can normally FIFA about one and some number kwa background. no more who are my vote or more monechi.
Yeah.
And most of the time they know the countries that are voting for them. And now Papa now go round a beer man a letter much say they are supporting him. Actually out of even 211 members and about 200 on support and no beer for an dream myself be contesting. You know they have up to November this year. 18th November. And I'll be to my closely. Say why in a person ban as a wine and paper. I'm told say CONCACAF chief AUB or you say no more prepare in the wall.
I didn't go no pose no.
I didn't go no pose no. You see on unity so beba. And there are some people almost consider say Nasser Al Khalafi, the chief executive officer for Paris Saint-Germain, on be person almost be projecting as a candidate. It's be looking very interesting. Infantino was going to go unopposed. But Nema we know ama mzene dibia na ho ya kakakra.
UEFA crowd they do baby no person mo impeaching the crowd.
Yes. So one step it down. They are weighing the options.
Sure.
Either some be impeaching either some be court near there. But they are not UEFA for more yes Nema impeachment no. I've not read, but usually you need about 2 tests.
Oh yeah.
And you come on and simple majority.
No. So ubeti tables are the maya to me 20% already have that. But I say bit my year Jumadi.
Jumadi control about Edmano. And also cry ourselves from. And I'm sure then any vote of no confidence on Infantino, Africa will not support.
Okay.
Coming for foreign Kasai, hardly would they support it. It's
AFC for no grand pay.
Asia for no grand. Yeah. They are also not in favor. Now we're in favor of the new Adena now person.
Yeah.
But as well as any candidate,
say permanent free
or no support, no, it could be something.
It's only Africa, definitely.
And General, trust you me. Team Infantino, almost do omunkomo no man crofo who say bia Alexander Sefrin, make UEFA president, no omunkrofo no. Omuni JP Morgans bi omuntokwa bi, eyomu UEFA for no ntokwa no omukun, and omu person omu use FIFA the end day ya. And hwan crofo so better their back.
That's true.
From them.
That's true. See a French president.
Yes.
What shall I say? French Infantino. And a CAF president. And also
so they also pay peace.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sure say or GDP as a CAF there or more Infantino on the support.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he wants to ensure that there will be sanity in global football. No? Because football in general, it brings a lot of relief to politicians.
Yeah.
It's a very important.
Okay, the area Macron and so be within the name no. I na some kit of said the work no crow bi o ha ni ono ani interest
be
no wa she bibia sikiti but all this servo ono ani interest be obo he no wa twi nipa don bi di nachi obo hu se sa the grunty and ba na yes I na I too late yes
because me gidi pa say sa anye JP Morgan for ya kabi omunkomo no UEFA for any nigidi.
Yeah. Come on fast, very serious.
Come on funny serious. JP Morgan for the UEFA for no promote.
Yeah.
Because Komu be collapse o Champions League no. Komu be say no kra.
Wow.
Inti omu kro mu di omu kra ya asem fufu.
But just cruising for no more scout.
Yeah,
group no.
Yeah, so much.
This is can go kwa fa no here no the confederations no. Any federations no.
Also omu marketing agencies na ade. Oh, no, my example be waha. To say be a show you crowd
20 million, possibly 40 million for that period. Federation be
211.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm be influence baby and go for sure I do a be a number I can say. Send me organize FIFA World Cup. It be a 48 countries, you know. You better than your generate sikano. And you be crowd monfan 68. So it be crowd FIFA Club World Cup mumium. Nti ekwan be fa so competitions ne be more no matima turn more no manya sika more e dey satisfy sa name no they will bring those issues in.
Okay.
E ho no mo madwen you say those people will have influence on how football is organized no e very high no. Okay. Say am fan say private agency be about so Kessben media sika munya in a month e say ni akan na year say ni o say no me hwe adwuma mo ye wo ha na so o maka say World Cup no it's undervalued.
Yeah.
Siko munya no, so munya more. No aka catch us o. Metima beton ama mo. Na me market ya sika munya no. E bi I bet 10 times the mutia munya market is ni ade. But oba pe obetuma ka so. Franco Naro our foreign analysis no. E do ha e bi amuma ni njai. na we yemfa so Messi may they can suggest ways of use or to ade be e ho na football for ni suru say o ma sa marketers ni be ma they will bring changes be as changes no e be ma aside the spirit of football ho no mo born but it could be that they have underlying interest as Europeans which they are trying to find e bi kura feels say sika we dey e be dru African countries wona ebema omunsusu munsem ayedu ama momo peja ama omunsu atimi no mo de eden apempem so enti
ankofo omo ye bibia
ade na ankofo ne be na edi sika be bre hiafo no ama apeja omo no ya mo anwu ahwe ano mo abeye te sey
na beba no ye nyina esuro den kan fanti ne ye ne de nka em say nipa bebre ye mu bi ke tachiri pa ade edi sika ne ade ba de why not ba ade krona enti ese ye fasika ne be e ba be ye emu efankase na no ebe lande won kofo botum on de kakra bi aye do beso
asem ni nyina so no